All right, welcome everybody to 13 Not Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing a film that I really had no plans on reviewing at all, because after I watched it, and it's Lords of Chaos. Here's the DVD. Is direct. There's not much to it. I mean, it was $12 at Walmart. I wasn't even really planning on buying it, but I went ahead and done it because I usually like metal movies, metal horror films that are in the genre of that. Now, I know this is supposed to be based off a true story. This is not what I'm reviewing. I'm reviewing the movie as a movie, not on the true events. So keep that in mind. If I start talking bad about something, it's not about the real person. I'm talking about the movie itself. Usually a lot of things are blown out of proportion a lot of times when people say based on true stories. So it's not all true in the films. I'm doing it as a film. I'm not a black metal person, so I don't know the story behind what this movie was based off of. So I'm going in watching this. I didn't even know it was based on a true story when I watched it. So I'm just reviewing it as a movie itself. And being as a lot of people in the horror genre has picked it up, I wouldn't really call it a horror film, to tell you the truth. And if this stuff is true, I feel bad for the people that was involved in a lot of this. I loved how the movie started. Like I said, I'm not a black metal person, but I do love heavy metal films. I know this is black metal, totally different thing, whatever. Y'all make fun of me if you want. But Black Roses, Trick or Treat, anything in that genre of metal films, I usually like. This one, I loved the start of it. I was like, man, this has got a good story to it, and I loved it when they hired the new lead singer and they started showing like the concert and the band stuff. And the lead singer was cool because he had like depression. I don't want to say that's cool. It's not cool. Depression's not cool. But as a film itself, watching it and not knowing it's a true story, it was pretty wild sitting there watching the dude like just lay there and then like until it's time to like rock. And then he's up and ready to go. And then it showed him like on stage for the first time. And that right there was badass. That was badass. As far as a movie is concerned, I thought that was cool. That was pretty awesome stuff. But after the lead singer, so I'm just going to say left the band, the movie really just takes a nosedive for me all the way to the end. I thought the actors, Roy Culkin, he did a very good job. The film was directed by Jonas, Åkerlund, I guess you would say. I mean, it's a very good directed film. I mean, it looks good. I thought when whose character, Emery Cohen's character joined the band, it just really just like just who can do like the most fucked up shit, and they're trying to outdo each other, and it really never gets back into the music, and that's what I didn't like about it. Like, I love seeing the music aspect of it, and it really never showed it again after the first of it, so I was really kind of disappointed. It showed them get into the studio every now and then. It showed them having their own, like, record shop and selling stuff, and I just didn't care enough about the story after the first of it, after the lead singer had left, and they had to get a new lead singer, and Emery Cohen's character, can't remember if he was bass or guitar, had joined the band, and then he tries to basically take over. Roy Erroneous or whatever the fuck he calls himself in the movie, is taking credit for what other people are doing, and that seems to be the whole plot and story of it. Is they were doing like this outlandish stuff, burning churches and stuff, and Roy Culkin's character seemed to be because he's the leader, and he had talked about doing these things but never actually did it. And then when Emery's character comes in and starts doing the stuff that this guy had talked about. Rory Culkin's character takes credit for it. So it just took a nosedive to me after the first of it. It went from like cool, like little horror shit going on to like a drama filled movie about just whose band it is and who can do stuff better than the other, and it didn't do a whole lot for me. Maybe I can see where a lot of people do like it. I mean, it's a well shot film, well acted film. It's just not my thing, I don't think. I wish it just had more of the music involved, I guess. I don't know what the budget is on this film. The runtime is 118 minutes. That's it's an hour and 58 minutes runtime. I don't know where an hour and 58 minutes runtime. It kind of felt like it to me because I was ready for the damn thing to end. The ending wasn't all that great as a movie is concerned to me. Now I know it's supposed to be based on a true story, and that's an awful thing that happened, and I was kind of hoping it was going to go a different way, but it didn't. I hope a lot of this stuff is exaggerated because I didn't look up the real story. This is in the category of biography, drama, horror. I really don't understand where the horror comes in. I guess like the killings and stuff, but I mean killings happen in dramas too. It's just it's kind of like watching The Dirt with Motley Crue, except with a little more darker, you know. To me, I mean, if I had to choose between the two movies, I would probably pick The Dirt. I mean, but just because of the music aspect, I like the music of it. I like to watch the music and seeing what the bands did on stage and what they went through, and kind of following like a tour sort of thing. But this is more about just burning churches, and we'll just go burn churches. And I think somebody gets killed, and then it's not really. I don't remember a lot of killing in it. It was just more about burning churches, I guess, with nobody there really. I mean, I remember at least 2 kills in it, but I mean nothing like that would make it like a horror film. I mean, what is horror about this? Just because it's black metal? I don't get it. But anyway, I know a lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people said it was their favorite movie of the year. I found Emery Cohen's character to want to be just annoying as fuck, and I wish like as soon as he comes in, and that might be the purpose and what it was supposed to be like. But his character in the film made me not like the film. I think everybody else was cool. The Culkin's character, he was very good, but it's like he was talking about doing all these things, trying to make his band believe, and burning all this stuff and doing all this stuff. But he never really did it. He just took credit for it. I said it, and you did it. Good job. That's basically what he did. And like I said, I really enjoyed the film up until the original lead singer left, and then I just, there's a very cool scene when they're up on stage and the stuff that he does on stage. I was like, wow, that's fucked up, man. If they would have showed some more of that stuff. But like I said, if they were trying to stay true to the story, then I understand. But most movies that are based on true stories do not really, like one little thing in the film is true, and that's it. So I don't know how much of this is true, and this review is not based on a true story. I mean, as far as it's not based on the true story of the events that happened, I'm reviewing the movie itself and what I did and did not like about it. I went in and thinking it was not based on a true story. I was thinking I was going to see some Black Roses, some Trick or Treat, some films in that category. but that's what I got. But if it is true and some of the stuff is true, then that Varg dude's an asshole. That's all I know. Anyway, go watch it. You might like it more than I did. I found it to be a one-time watch film. It's probably not gonna be in close to my top films of the year, but like I said, a lot of people do like it, and a lot of people know the story behind it. If you know the story behind it and you're familiar with it, then it's this movie's probably for you. I'm not familiar with it. I don't listen to black metal, so I didn't know the story behind it, like I said, and I can't stress that enough before y'all start like getting on to me about shaming the film or something. It's just I just didn't like the film that much, you know. Anyway, appreciate y'all hanging with me. Y'all can come back and hang with me again sometime.